Hi guys, it is I, Vampireleniore. I have not been here in a while, in case you haven't guessed that, yeah, based on the fact that probably the last time I actually posted a video was like March or something. Sorry about that. It's been quite a ride, and I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I've been up to and stuff, I guess, if I can. I don't want to get too much into it because it might just be depressing, at least not in this video. But yeah, I've been doing chemotherapy. I just finished last month. I still haven't recovered from chemotherapy. That's why I haven't really posted anything yet, even though it's been over a month since I've been off of it. It takes a long time to recover, and sometimes you don't fully recover, so. But I'm finally to the point where I can start doing a little here and there, and here I am. I was on chemotherapy for like 5 months, and it was super rough. I actually wound up getting a second surgery to get a port placed, and it's just right here. That's where they inject the chemo, is just right here. It like goes, there's like a catheter basically in my vein in my neck, and so that way it guarantees that you get the right spot with the needle every single time, because long story short, since I got lymph nodes taken out of this side, they cannot use my perfect vein anymore, because if you get a cut or anything on an arm that has lymph nodes taken out of that side, you could get lymphedema. So I'd rather avoid that. And the veins in this arm are just awful. They're just tiny little baby veins, and sometimes they had to poke me like 3 different times with this massive freaking needle, and it really hurt. And yeah, eventually I realized, and on top of that, chemo like destroys your veins. So I figured, hey, it will probably save me a lot of pain in the long run, and everybody was telling me, hey, this surgery is like nothing, especially since you got your breasts taken out. This is nothing. It's not gonna hurt. It's like really easy. And I read online that for a lot of people, that's how it is. Like the surgery is not too bad or whatever. I was in agony after that surgery. It really, really, really hurt. I was awake during the surgery, which sucked a lot. They told me they wouldn't operate on me without putting me to sleep, and then they gave me like 50% more of the stuff to make me fall asleep than they usually give people, and it would not put me to sleep. So I was awake during that surgery, and I also felt it a little bit, so it was kind of like a scene from a horror movie almost, except it was my life. And I was just in agony for like 3 days, and that's the cool thing, is that it hurt like you wouldn't even believe, but it just, one day I woke up and I'm like, oh, I feel almost better. Honestly, it still hurts. I had that done like 5 months ago now, and it still hurts. It still bothers me off and on. It's certainly not comfortable to have in. I'm probably going to have it for at least 8 more months, and that just depends on how everything goes and stuff like that. Yeah, that was not a fun surgery. It wasn't as bad as my mastectomy, of course, because, I mean, that still bothers me too. Expanders are not comfortable at all, and it's been 7 months now since that surgery, and yeah, they're still off and on. There's discomfort and pain. Especially if I overdo it. Like the other day, on the packet they sent home with me after my mastectomy, it said that I could like sweep and vacuum and stuff after 6 months after my surgery. So I tried to sweep the other day, and this expander was hurting for a couple of, like 3 days probably. So yeah, I'm still not able to sweep or vacuum. And, yeah, I don't even know where to begin. It's just been crazy. To you guys that sent me things, thank you so much. It meant so much to me. It still means so much to me. If I haven't written to you, it's not because I'm blowing you off or anything like that. I still plan on writing everyone who sent me stuff. You know, I was able to send like 5 people letters already. And then I have one letter that's already written and has been written for a while for this couple in England, if I remember correctly. And you guys are awesome. If you're watching, thank you so much for everything you sent me. The only reason why I've taken so long to send out the letter that I've already written for you is because I didn't know how many stamps to use. So I just waited until I felt well enough to actually go to the post office and ask them about that and check my P.O. box again. So yeah, just waiting in that line just really kills when you are recently off of chemo or on chemo, because you just don't want to do anything. You feel extremely sick all the time and weak. And that's been my life for the past 6 months now. It's just like I'm starting to get my strength back little by little, but I certainly am not on the same level as like a healthy individual or even myself before I started chemo and surgery. So even with the cancer, I felt stronger and healthier than I did on chemo. So right now I've got like a lot on my plate, I guess. I've got like a lot on my mind. I'm trying to make up my mind about where I'm going to go from here. Just so you guys know, my PET scan came back clear after I finished up chemo. So I don't know if I'm like declared cancer free or not yet, but I'm pretty much cancer free at this point. Does that mean that everything's over? Not quite. They want to do radiation on me just as a preventative measure and then hormone therapy for 5 to 10 years. And I don't want anybody like telling me I'm dumb or anything for saying this. I know probably everyone who subscribed to me is really nice and would not say something like this. I'm just talking about like a passerby who wants to tell me I'm stupid for even considering not doing radiation and hormone therapy as a preventative measure. But my body is just so damaged from the chemo and the surgeries. I don't know if I want to torture myself for 5 to 10 years and to do radiation on myself before I've even gotten reconstructive surgery. There's a good chance of things going wrong after reconstructive surgery or after having radiation and then reconstructive surgery. It's really risky. And there's just like a million reasons why I'm thinking about not doing those things and that I don't really want to get into, but it's like easy to say like, hey, you're dumb for making that choice until you go through it yourself and you know, you've gotten through like all this horrible shit and then they want you to go through more horrible shit. And yeah, I don't want to have like all these issues that these things can cause. So I don't know if I want to do it. Moving on, I am really determined to have a better life, to have adventures and stuff like that. There's so many things I want to do. I don't know how long I'm going to live and stuff like that. You know, even though I am cancer free right now, sorry, I'm holding a Kleenex. My allergies are constantly bothering me lately. Even though I'm technically cancer free right now, you know, there's a high likelihood of my cancer coming back. Not to say that it will, and I'm really hoping and trying to think positive and think like, hey, it's not going to come back. But you know, they keep telling me over and over again, hey, there's a high likelihood that your cancer is going to come back. And so it might come back and I might not live a very long life. So I want to take advantage of the life that I do have. And then, you know, even if I do live a full life, hey, more adventures and more good times, stuff like that. It has been a really tumultuous path, to say the least. my mom and my boyfriend have been there for me every step of the way, and I'm so thankful for them and for everything they've done for me and just for everything. I see my family relatively often, other than my mom, so they've been pretty great too. As far as my friends go, there's a couple that I, see off and on every, few months, which to me feels like forever. But for the most part, I don't really ever see my friends anymore or hear from them or anything. I don't know if it's just too hard for people to be around someone when they're sick like this, or if they're just really consumed by their own issues and they don't want to hear about mine, which I probably wouldn't barely even speak about my cancer if I saw one of my friends right now, but I have made it really clear that I need people that I care about to be there for me and such, but I continue to kind of be a lone ranger. So that's kind of hard, and it can really make you question like your self-worth sometimes when the people that you care about and the people that you deem as important and worthy of your care and your time and stuff like that, it can really hurt and make you feel unimportant when they aren't around, when you could very well die in a situation at any time and you're suffering and stuff like that. And that's definitely a shitty part of having cancer, and it's a part of having cancer that I've heard from multiple other people. It's not just me. Because I could see someone watching this and going, oh, well, you're probably just a shitty friend or something, and that's why people don't want anything to do with you. But, I've met some pretty nice people who put up with the same things, and that's just life, I don't know. I'm definitely not perfect, but I do deserve to have people there for me and in my life. So, but yeah, it's a process, kind of just learning to accept various things that are part of my life now, and I'm still trying to come to terms with this like overwhelming feeling of loss that I have in regards to my chest and my hair sometimes. I've actually I've tried to think of like positive things about being bald, and there's quite a few, so that's kind of helped a lot with losing my hair. It's like a lot more comfortable. I get hot flashes because of the hormone blockers they have me on right now, and I can't imagine having almost 4 feet of hair to deal with when I'm like this, so yeah, that's one upside. And then another upside is I can look pretty much effortlessly death rock whenever I want. All I've got to do is throw on some makeup and the clothes and don't have to do my hair, because I just could not pull off that look when I had long hair. I would wear stuff like that all the time, like I'd wear this collar all the time and stuff, but I just looked awkward to me anyways. I looked awkward having this long, just relatively smooth hair with the death rock fashion, so that's another thing that I like. And I don't know, just I'm trying to rock it. My hair is kind of starting to grow back. I'm getting excited about the various haircuts that I will try out as it grows. I don't want to immediately go back to having long hair. I had long hair for 17 years, and there was like a million times where I thought to myself, I want a side cut, or I want a death hawk, or I want this, or I want that. And now I can do anything I want pretty much with my hair without feeling like shit because I cut my hair off. So that's pretty sweet, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I don't know, I'm really determined to make my life like 10 times more exciting than it has been. And I mean, I've really enjoyed the past 4+ years of my life, but I really want to take it up a notch because I don't want to, if I, when you kind of are knocking on death's door, I suppose you could say, you start to think about regrets and dying with regret and stuff like that. And I have realized for a long time that I'm my greatest hindrance because I have very low self-esteem and I also have really bad anxiety. So trying new things and doing new things, and even so much as drawing a picture, which is something that I love, but I just sit there and criticize myself the whole time. And I just feel that causes art to be stressful to me while also being something I love, which, not the healthiest thing in the world. So that is something that I'm definitely going to be working on now that I'm not just suffering on the couch constantly anymore. And, oh yeah, my birthday was almost 3 months ago. It was pretty nice. I was still on chemotherapy at the time, so I did feel sick, but I had just started the month before Taxol, I think it's called, which is a different kind of chemotherapy than the one I was on for the first 2 months. The one I was on for the first 2 months made me so weak and so just nauseated constantly, like extremely nauseated. My, chemotherapy can make your nose like hypersensitive, so you can smell things that you usually can't smell. And whenever I would smell food cooking, I just wanted to Ralph all over the place. And it's like I could not get away from the smell. No matter where I went in the house, I could smell it. Especially if my boyfriend was making himself some meat. Oh, I just could not handle like the smell of sausage or anything like that. And basically almost every kind of food tasted like it had gone off. Like it was rotten or something. It changes your taste buds, so yeah. Yeah, you could even see like when I would look at my tongue, it would be all smooth and shiny, like there was no taste buds on it except toward the back. And yeah, it wasn't fun. I couldn't have any spicy food, which is torture for me because I love spicy food. I eat spicy food almost every day. I pretty much live off of Asian food. I make myself Vietnamese food all the time, or, I love spicy Asian food. I eat it almost constantly. And also, I love Mexican food. I pretty much love like all kinds of food, but one common denominator is it's usually spicy. And going freaking like 4 months or whatever without spicy food sucked. And just not taking any pleasure in eating for months on end really sucks. And it makes me really appreciate being able to eat really good food again. And for things to taste good again, because I usually like broccoli, but when I ate some broccoli, it just tasted disgusting. It tasted like it was rotten, or like spinach tasted rotten. Like the only thing that tasted good was fruit. That's it. Or like vegan ice cream. That's it. So yeah, it's been fun. And then my anniversary with my boyfriend, I'm sure a lot of you probably are on Instagram and know this already, but my anniversary with my boyfriend was 12 days ago. And we went to San Francisco. It was a lot of fun. We went to some stores that I really, really love. Like we went to Paxton Gate and we went to Love to Death. We also went to, where did we go? We went to like an antique store and just explored, and I got to try the Impossible Burger. It was pretty good. It had like, if you don't know what the Impossible Burger is, it's basically like a vegan burger that it has a texture of meat and it has a flavor of meat. It's just that it's not as flavorful as meat is. And I guess technically it's not vegan. I found that out after I had it because they tested on rats or something like that, but I didn't know until after I had it. but it was good. My favorites are still the Beyond Meat burgers. The Beyond Burger and the Beast are both really good, so, you know, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything if I don't ever have an Impossible Burger again, but it was a good texture, and I think it could use a little bit more flavor, but the texture was like exactly like meat. It was crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. Sorry, guys. I'm still out of it, and yeah, I'm just awkward right now. But please tell me, like, if there's something you guys want me to, you know, talk about in a future video. When I get my hands on some editing, and when I get like one of those makeup mirrors, I'm gonna start doing makeup tutorials and, you know, videos about music and stuff. It's just I don't want to sit here and just blab about music. I want there to be pictures of albums that I like up here, or I want to insert music, and I'm just super, you know, dumb when it comes to editing software. So I suck with it, and also I don't have any. So I am going to try to get my hands on some. I don't really have any money, but somehow I'm gonna try to like at least get like a free trial or something and try to find something I like, and then start trying to figure out some way, because I still don't have anything coming in. I applied for Social Security, since I do, you know, I technically still have cancer even though my PET scan was clean. I don't know how that works. I think they're just hesitant to declare you cancer free until you've gone through a certain process. But you know, I haven't been able to work all this time. It really sucks. I have burned through almost all of my savings. I spent years scrounging up, and that money was to give me a head start in my passions that I was going to pursue, like buying equipment and things, like editing software, for instance, and maybe some lighting equipment and stuff. So it really sucks that instead of being able to use that to pursue things that I love, I had to put it into paying my bills while I'm going through this terrible, crappy process. But yeah, I still haven't heard back from them. I'm probably not going to get it, which would be, in my opinion, crap. And I don't know. Just hopefully something starts coming in soon, and if they do decline, you know, turn me down for Social Security, I might go ahead and start like Patreon and just, you know, like a GoFundMe or something like that. I know it's like kind of, honestly, it's hard for me to ask people for help, but this is kind of a situation where it's important to ask for help. So I'm putting myself out there. If I can't get Social Security, I'm going to try and raise up some money. And of course, I plan on putting some of that money into getting some editing software and just putting a lot more effort into my videos that I can't put into right now because I don't have the equipment for it. But yeah, sorry if I am being annoying or anything. I'm just getting back into the flow of things and getting my brain back, because it does really affect your brain to go through chemotherapy. I'm surprised that I haven't forgotten a single word yet, because I'll forget the most basic words when I'm conversing with someone. Just all of a sudden, I'll just be like, what is that one word? You know, for things that, you know, like the perfect product, what is it? And it's like, Holy Grail, you idiot. Like after like 10 minutes of me trying to figure out what it was, Holy Grail. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know what you would like to see from me in the future. All right, bye guys.